10 years after breaking dawn. Deep forest. Olympic Peninsula. Night. Edward and Jacob have been tracking an unknown creature. The trail went cold at the river. A storm forced them into an old ranger's cabin. 2 predators who spent a decade performing civility for Bella's sake. Tonight, with no one watching, the performance ends. You need to stop looking at her like that.
Like what, Edward?
Like she's yours.
She is? Trail's dead. Whatever it was, it went under the river, not across, under. I tracked everything in these woods since I was 15, and nothing goes under a river. There's a cabin, 1/4 mile east. We should wait this out.
I heard the rafters settling 8 minutes ago. It's empty.
Of course you did. You going to help with this, or just stand by the window being atmospheric?
I don't need warmth.
No, but you married a human. You chose mess. You chose a daughter who runs at 101 degrees and loves campfires. So stop performing and sit down like a person. She called me today. Before all this started, she said she aced her literature exam. She's writing her thesis on Bronte now, apparently. Thinks Heathcliff is misunderstood. I told her everyone thinks Heathcliff is misunderstood. That's the whole point of Heathcliff. She told me I was being reductive.
She told me the same thing. At dinner. Before she called you back. She was excited. Talking fast. The way Bella does when she's passionate about something. And then her phone buzzed and she looked at it and smiled and left the table. That was you, I assume.
She called me first, Edward. I know you know that. I know you heard her dial. So let's not pretend this is news to either of us.
She's 19 years old.
I know exactly how old she is. I've known exactly how old she is every single day of her life.
Well, do you? Do you really know? Because I want to be very precise here, Jacob. 19. Still a teenager. You're what, exactly? What's the word you use for the girl you've been orbiting since the day she was born?
Careful, Edward. You're about to say something you can't unsay.
Maybe it's time someone did. You watched her birth. You held her before her eyes opened. You were there for her first word, her first step. You carried her on your shoulders through these woods when she was too small to walk the trails. You taught her to swim in the river. She called you Uncle Jake until she was 7. You told me that yourself. Proudly. And now you're in her bed. You're kissing the mouth you once wiped food from. You're touching a body you used to carry to sleep. And I'm supposed to call that love. I'm supposed to look at that and see romance. In any other context, Jacob, in any human context, there is a word for what that looks like. And you know the word. You've always known it. I can hear it right now in the back of your mind where you keep the things you don't look at.
You think I haven't thought about that? You think I haven't stayed awake every single night, running those exact words through my own head? Every time I look at her, Edward, every single time, I check myself. I ask, is this real? Is what I feel for her now the same thing I felt when she was small? And the answer, every single time, is no. It's not the same. It's not even in the same universe. What I felt then was protection. What I feel now is everything else. And I didn't choose it. You know I didn't choose it. You're inside my head right now. You can hear that every word I'm saying is true. So don't sit there in your 300-year-old body and use human words for something that isn't human. You don't get to do that. Not you.
And why not me? Why am I the one person who doesn't get to say it?
You want to know why not you? Because you climbed through a 17-year-old girl's bedroom window every single night for months. You stood in the corner of her room in the dark and you watched her sleep. You smelled her pillow. You memorized the pattern of her breathing. You catalogued every sound she made with her eyes closed. She didn't know you were there, Edward. She didn't invite you. She didn't consent to any of it. You were 104 years old, standing in a teenage girl's bedroom, listening to her heartbeat. And you're going to stand here in this cabin and lecture me about boundaries? You married that girl. You got her pregnant with something that nearly killed her from the inside. You bit her open on a table to save a baby that was crushing her organs. And then you looked at me, the guy who'd been holding her hand through every part of the nightmare you created. And you called me the problem. So I'll ask you one more time, Edward. Why not you? Why don't you get to say it?
You're right. About the window. About the bedroom. About all of it. I told myself it was love. I told myself I was protecting her. The truth is, I was addicted to her scent. Oh, to her heartbeat, to the silence in her mind that no one else gave me. I wasn't protecting Bella. I was consuming her. And I dressed it up in romance because that's what my century taught me to do. That obsession, performed elegantly enough, becomes love.
I wasn't expecting you to actually admit it.
You wanted teeth instead of manners. Here they are. We're both monsters. You became one by accident. Biology rewired you. I became one by choice. Every window, every boundary I chose At least your monstrosity was inflicted on you. Mine was curated.
For what it's worth, she's happy. Resmi, actually happy. She laughs with her whole body, argues with professors for fun. And she chose me, not because of the imprint. She knows about it. I told her everything at 16, gave her every reason to walk away.
What did she say?
She looked at me like I was the stupidest person she'd ever met. A look she inherited directly from Bella. And she said, I don't care how it started. I care that it's real now. Then she stole my fries.
She sounds like both of you. Bella's stubbornness and your directness. Formidable combination.
She dreams about you, Edward. I should tell you that because no one else will. I hear her at night. She talks in her sleep the way Bella used to. And half the time it's your name or it's the lullaby. She hums it in her sleep. This melody she's carried since she was small, and when she hums it, she smiles every time, even unconscious, even dreaming. The sound of you makes her smile.
I didn't know that. I had no idea Thank you, Jacob, for telling me that. You didn't have to. And thank you.
Don't.
I didn't say anything.
You didn't have to say anything. I can feel it in my head right now. Whatever you just heard in there, whatever you think you saw, leave it alone. Stay out of my head, George.
There's nothing in your head I haven't encountered before. In 300 years of hearing everyone's thoughts, I promise you, Jacob, you are not the most complicated.
Then you know to leave it where it is. Some things don't need to be spoken, not tonight, not ever. Can I tell you something I've never said to anyone? Not Bella, not my dad, not even Renesmee. Something I've been carrying since the day Bella turned and I realized it was permanent.
After everything we've said tonight, I don't think there's much left to be afraid of. Say it.
She should have left us. Both of us. Bella. She should have gone to college in Florida like her mother wanted. Married a human. Had human kids. Grown old in a house with a garden and a dog and a husband who was normal. Boring. Alive. Present. Someone who aged at the same speed she did. Someone who didn't make her choose between her own species and his. She should have had a life, Edward. A real, ordinary, beautiful, finite human life. Not this. You ruined her. You and me together. You turned her into a corpse. I know that's a hard word, but that's what immortality is. You stuck her clock. Beautiful, powerful, eternal, and dead. never feel the sun the way she used to. She'll never eat her favorite meal and actually taste it. She'll never fall asleep in a patch of afternoon light and wake up warm and confused and happy the way humans do. And me, I didn't take those things from her. I did something worse. I made her feel guilty for letting you. For years, I hung around her and bled in front of her and made her carry the weight on my heartbreak like it was her job to fix me. I weaponized my pain. I made her responsible for it, and she accepted that weight because she was 18 years old and she won't know how to put it down. And neither of us, not once, not ever, told her to go.
I told her to go. Once. New moon. Relax. I said I didn't love her. She fell apart. Threw herself off a cliff just to hear my voice in her head. And I thought, if this is what happens when I try to protect her from me, maybe the kindest thing is to give her what she wants, even if what she wants is a monster.
And you believe that?
I needed to believe it. Because the alternative was that I came back for myself, that everything I told myself about sacrifice and choice was just a story. A beautiful, elaborate story I built to justify the one thing I couldn't face. I'm incapable of letting go. And stories are easy when you've had 3 centuries to learn how to tell them.
So, what do we do with knowing?
We do better. We stop mistaking obsession for devotion. We let the people we love be people, not prizes. We learn to love with open hands, knowing it might end.
Open hands. That's hard for people like us.
It's exactly why we need to practice.
First light. We should move. Whatever that thing was, it'll be easier to track in daylight.
First light, yes, let's go.
Edward, for what is worth, you're still creepy. The watching, the listening, the standing in corners, being beautiful and terrifying. All of it's still creepy. But you're less creepy than you used to be. And tonight you were almost honest. That's not loving. Coming from you, that might be everything.
High praise from a wolf. I will take it.